Do you find yourself wishing you had more energy, healthier habits, or fun family activities? At the YMCA, you can find your passion, find family fun, and find your happy place, all while supporting your community. Join the Y in March with a $0 enrollment fee and enjoy motivating group exercise classes, heated pools, pickleball, and so much more. Visit ymcadc.org to learn more and to find your nearest Y in DC, Maryland, or Virginia today.
The Shark Deck.
I'm Johnny Mack with 5 good news stories. Congratulations to Willie and Geraldine Chambers. It was their anniversary. Willie Chambers is 99, Geraldine Chambers 98. Geraldine said, I didn't pay him any attention. Willie clarified, I've known her ever since she was around 4 years old. Willie remembers when he mustered up the courage to share his feelings. Willie said, as memory serves me right, it was on a 5th Sunday. In the late 30s, church and school were the only 2 places the two would run into each other, and she didn't make it too easy for him. Geraldine said, one of my classmates told me there's somebody who wants to talk to you. And I said, who? And they said, that's all right. Don't worry about it. You'll find out. What's their secret to longevity? Geraldine said, I dare not tell you. Willie said, the marriage hasn't always been cream and honey. One thing I love about her is she's bossy, Geraldine said. I'm glad you said that. Willie, I don't know. She grows on you. They have 2 daughters, 6 grandchildren, 13 great-grandchildren, and 8 great-great-grandchildren. Congratulations. Meanwhile, in Texas, Elaine Cooper celebrated her 100th birthday. She's devoted 61 years to serving at the Texas Children's Hospital. She retired in 2015. She said, I love being with people. It's the best. There's no hospital like it. For her 100th birthday, the hospital shared a photo of Cooper in a Facebook post honoring its longest-serving volunteer. From working at the all-volunteer woman-run snack bar for 14 years to delivering mail and giving tours, she went above and beyond. She served a 45-year stint at the hospital's information desk. She said, there were 10 of us that were the first to start volunteering, and I lasted longer than anybody, but I loved it so much. I had 3 favorite doctors that came every day I was there. Would call them Mr. Tuna Fish, Mr. Grilled Cheese, and Mr. Roast Beef. And she added, Mr. Roast Beef preferred mustard and pickles on his sandwich. Laura Carney is trying to complete her father's bucket list. He was killed by a distracted driver when Laura was just 25 years old. Dad wrote the bucket list in 1978. The list consisted of 60 tasks, 5 of which had been completed before his death, including do a comedy monologue in a nightclub and see a World Series game live. Carney said, I needed to finish it. It's what I'm supposed to do. She finished the last item in December, 5 years and 11 months after her father's death. She revealed that one of the tasks on the list was pay back my dad $1,000 plus interest. That one was marked failed. The list was titled Things I'd Like to Do in My Lifetime, including swim the width of a river, grow a watermelon, be invited to a political convention, and correspond with the Pope. There were also travel goals, including going to see New Orleans, San Diego, Las Vegas, Chicago, Paris, London, and Vienna. Carney's story will be told in an upcoming book called My Father's List. I remember when I was down in Sydney, Australia, I did the Sydney Bridge climb, and I was with a man named John. I remember John's name because my name is John. And he was with his daughter, and John was trying to complete his bucket list. He was probably 80-something at the time. Cool guy, and I always wonder, did he complete his list? And I've tried finding him online. This story takes place in 2015, and I haven't been able to figure out who he is or was, but I hope he's still around. I hope he completed his list. Anwar Abdullah is trying to help the corals. For 4 decades, he worked alone. Twice daily, he went out to sea, staying underwater for as long as his oxygen supply allowed. He learned the shapes and textures of corals long before he knew their Latin names. He studied the conditions in which they thrive, the water temperature, the sun exposure, the diversity, and saw how the disruption of just one of those factors could bring about mass death. He dedicated himself to reviving the reefs. He said, everybody thought I was stupid, but I knew I was doing the most important thing in the world. In 2017, Thailand's government asked Abdullah to initiate the rehabilitation of one of its most famous tourist attractions, Maya Bay, which had lost half its coral population after years of unbridled tourism. Visitors were kept out of the site for 3 years, while Abdullah led a team of 120 people, including staff from Thailand's Department of National Parks, in planting new corals. To build his nurseries, he doesn't use steel pipes or concrete blocks. He can't afford them. He gathers rocks from the seafloor and he stacks them so they aren't toppled by the currents. He searches for broken pieces of coral in existing reefs and affixes them to the rocks using water-resistant, animal-friendly glue. He's rented a small wooden chalet not far from the shore, and twice a day he'll trek down through the forest to visit his young corals. His goal was to see that they make it through the monsoon season.
Do you find yourself wishing you had more energy, healthier habits, or fun family activities? At the YMCA, you can find your passion, find family fun, and find your happy place, all while supporting your community. Join the Y in March with a $0 enrollment fee and enjoy motivating group exercise classes, heated pools, pickleball, and so much more. Visit ymcadc.org to learn more and to find your nearest Y in DC, Maryland, or Virginia today.
Hey, good news for me. I was recently down in Key West, Florida. By the way, I host a travel podcast. It's called Travel is Back, and in March, I am sharing the Key West travels anyway. So my daughter and I were sitting there on the beach, and this cool dog came by, and the dog was like super friendly. I have dogs, and this dog was like super well behaved, but I didn't see that he was with any humans, and I was stressed about him. And he came and he sat with us, and he was so well behaved, and then he got distracted. Another dog came to the beach, and he went over to say hi to the dog, just in a friendly way, not a jerky way. He was like, "Hey, other dog, I'm also a dog." Then he came back and sat with us, and I'm looking at this dog, and he's healthy, and he's got weight on him, and he's probably like 8, 9 years old. And like, I'm like, "Oh, this dog is awesome. Are you a lost dog?" He had no collar on. I'm like, "Oh, if I were anywhere close to home, I would bring you home and give you a home, but there's nothing I could do." And I, said to my daughter, I go, "It's 75 degrees and sunny every day, and this dog is clearly eating something. He's probably better off here on the beach than throwing him in a shelter. All right, nice meeting you, dog." And I went home, and I couldn't stop thinking about the dog. And then the next day, I couldn't stop thinking about the dog. So I went on Facebook on the Key West Lost Pets page, and I posted a picture of the dog. And I'm telling you, within 10 minutes, there was a whole thread of like, "Hey," in the guy's name, "isn't this your dog?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, that's my dog." Apparently, the dog's owner was out windsurfing, and the dog just hangs out on the beach, and all the locals know this dog, and this dog isn't lost at all. And the locals were like, kind of like, "Hey, you dumb Yankee, like, leave the dog alone." And again, I just wanted the dog to be okay. The dog was awesome. So it made me really happy to know that Nala the dog is safe and enjoying her time on the beach. That's your 5 good news stories for today. Follow the show for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and you have a great day. I'm Johnny Mac, host of Daily Comedy News. Do you like the little Letterman homage there on the music bed? Yeah, start your mornings with a quick 10-minute recap of late night, not Dave, all late night, and the latest on Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, John Mulaney, Tig Notaro, Eliza Schlesinger, Amy Schumer, Joe Rogan, Mark Maron, all your favorite comedians. It's Daily Comedy News. It's an easy way to start your morning, and I promise I'll keep it clean. Daily Comedy News, wherever you get your shows.
Do you find yourself wishing you had more energy, healthier habits, or fun family activities? At the YMCA, you can find your passion, find family fun, and find your happy place, all while supporting your community. Join the Y in March with a $0 enrollment fee and enjoy motivating group exercise classes, heated pools, pickleball, and so much more. Visit ymcadc.org to learn more and to find your nearest Y in DC, Maryland, or Virginia today.